Hello everybody, welcome back to the guild to yet another exciting episode because we have lots of plans for this one here. We are making a good amount of money right now and I want to see why we're doing that much money. Let's go for 1420, which was the previous year, and just have a look at what we actually earned here. And as we can see, our public houses are just total cash cows, especially the Bumpy Goose. Now that it's working, it's making a ridiculous amount of money at the moment. The other one is the natural huts here, which is making twice as much money as it costs. The problem with this one here, though, it is a rather low level that we have. The same with the riding high, so the crofts are not earning that much. So I really want to expand on my public houses. We do have the money for that, and not only that, I want to go with another branch entirely as well, which is the hospitals as well. So for this one here, we say goodbye to the herbal hut. In that case, let's get rid of it. That's it. So we opened up something else again, and I also want to get rid of one of the farms here. This is the one here. So that it was only the delivery up to this point, the deliverer, I should say. And in that case, we don't need the farm any longer. Plus, we are also going to move to London in this episode, away from Brixton entirely, because we are soon going to be nobles, you know, that is. And for that, we do need some proper houses as well. Over here, we have the tavern. And yeah, as we can see, it is working. All of them are producing. I think the ratio is fine so far. We can increase the ratio once that is a bit lower again. But so far, that tavern is a pure cash cow at the moment. And I want to have another one. So down here in the other district here, we don't have any public house or tavern or inn or something like that yet. And yeah, lots of people here as well. So that is the next one. And I think down here, we only have a smaller public house there. That's fine, but we have still room to grow even more. So let's have another public house. That is the first one. The first thing that I want to do. There it is, the poultry parlor, the bishop's head. Let's have the bishop's head. And in that case, there we have the church. And the bishop's head is not that far away from it. We just need a proper location for it now. Yeah, here. This is looking rather central. Just where we have the market there, actually. A nice one. And we can have it like that, I should say. Fine. And there we have our next inn, our next tavern, that is. Now for the hospital, we do have the herbalism already, and when we continue down here on this path, we see that we have some additional specializations now. The apothecary, the alchemy, the medicine, and the scribe. Now, those are rather crafty ones, those three here. Except the medicine, because the medicine has the pest house for us, and then the infirmary, and those are the things that we want to go for. So rather the service type, you know, like with the inn and the tavern. And let's go with medicine right away. And now what we have unlocked with that is the infirmary. There it is, right? And before we can build that, we do need to get rid of another building that we have, and in that case it's this farm here. So this farm is not looking that bad. Actually, it is doing something, you know, it's producing a bit here and there, I know, but just in general, I don't really care about farming anymore. You know, we are a family that is rising the ranks, and being a farmer or something like that just doesn't fit in my opinion. So let's get the sheep and the barley that we have there in store. Let's get it to the market while we destroy this farm here. Oh, and that's actually a huge pile of debris there. The pile of debris is bigger than the building itself. And Valken is on his way. He's still looking fine for his age. I've tried it a few more times in the night to produce offspring, but I don't think that it's going to happen anymore. Which I don't understand, because they're in the 30s, so in the high time, they should be they should be really ready for it. Let's sell it. What we have there, and yeah, we're pretty close to Gwendolyn there now. Oh, that was actually a lot of money, 3,000. Let's go there and start another offspring, because we should have time for that. Very good, there we are, and let's do it. Let's just try it. Daytime doesn't matter. This one here's the other one. As we can see, it's totally congested with the barley that we have there. In that case here, we do have two transporters who are now selling only the barley and the sheep, whatever comes first. So I'm going to leave this one here be until it's totally depleted, and then we will go with it. And a family member has leveled up, and that is Sean, because Sean is in the school, and if they're in the school, they can level up there and earn new stats. In this case here, intelligence is pretty high for her, so she's probably going to work then Sean in one of my hospitals or something like that as a doctor, because we're training her for that. Now, oh, and another family member level up, because yeah, they are my girls, Martha and Marissa, because they're all in school now. very good for them, because they will be very intelligent and handy adults then once they grow up. Now we have the next one, the next tavern, the Bishop's Head. Let's have the same procedure here once again. And I know there are storage rules, and with that you can automate those buildings, but I think that's a bit boring, because then you just automate your profit. And in that case, I want to do it myself. Customer satisfaction should be high as well, of course, for my people there, and building security has to be high. So as you can see, quite the investments we have to do here first before we can do anything else. We will need another transporter most likely, until this one here pays something. Storage capacity, let's increase that. Front fire protection is important. Let's increase that to some higher level there, and the workers, very good. Right, so we got 2 transporters ready, and then 5 workers. That's fine. And yeah, we are actually going with the wheat beer already, because it's just so inexpensive to produce, and you know, sells for a really high price there. So that is the speciality of the Valken Delaney family, the wheat beer. Of course, it's Delaney beer, and the Delaney beer is something we are going to continue and sell in our store. In that case here, we do need 2 trade routes there once again. The first one is Central London, I think. Central London, that is, right? That is the market. Yeah, and as we can see, we are right at the market. So we need to be really careful of what we're going here for. So only one of each type, because they're going back and forth so many times. There we have Central London, and there we choose once again the barley, the alcohol, and the blackberries. And really just go with, let's say 2 for now. You know, so in the beginning, the first day, we are not going to make any profit here, because storage is going to build up. Oh, right, this one here we can't do. Right, and here we have then the inn, the Bishop's Head. And at the Bishop's Head, we are selling the barley and the alcohol. We unload it. That's it, so that's the first route that we have. First transporter, and the second transporter, Edgar, here's for the blackberries, until my first transporter has purchased a cart or something like that for herself, because as we know, there's nothing available on the market, but they do it themselves then at some point. Let's go with 2 blackberries there, and we unload that at the Bishop's Head. So that's fine. Both of them are now doing that, hopefully. It's so close. It's incredible. We need to be really careful there of not just going bankrupt by over purchasing the goods there. And all my guys now start with the wheat beer once we have the resources available.
May God exalt.
Right, so we are starting with that. And the first Marilyn, actually what we could do is, yeah, let's increase it, you know, for now, until we have enough in store, and then we can still turn it down there again. Oh, Marilyn already has increased her size there, so let's just go with 1 trader after all. In this case, let's get rid of this trade route there again, and this one is now going with the blackberries here too. The same thing with unloading, but not 20 please. Let's make it 4 there as well, and let's sell or unload all of it. That's fine. Right, so she's now doing that, and we already have enough in store there. And this should then... Oh, actually it's not barley, it's the wheat, because it's a wheat beer. Yeah, that's my mistake. But it's fine. We just need to change it here to the wheat. To the wheat. And the numbers change then too. Of course it's +4 of that, of the wheat. That's fine now. So this next tavern should be then working sooner or later. How is it looking with the offspring? Nothing. Let's try it once again. And while they're doing it once again, what we can still do here now is a citizen house. So we need a proper home, of course, for London, where we can then reside as well. And of course it should be close to all the high and mighty ones here. So let's go with the purchasing a building, residence, and there we have now the citizen houses. The mansions unlock once we are in the squire area, lord area that is, and for now we are citizens, and as thus we need a citizen house, and they're a bit more better looking there. I do like this one here, so I probably will be going with this one here. Right, and we just need a proper place for it now, rather central here, right where everyone is probably. Actually, we have lots of places here, so there's no real limit in that case. Since I think we're going to have the infirmary here then as well, let's have our house for now. Right here in the best location there, in the middle of the town. And as you can see, we are pretty much the only dynasty right now building anything here in the town of London. So that is a problem. That is definitely something they need to fix, because the cities just don't grow. You know, I've tried it again with Vienna there last time, and it was the same thing. And in the Guild 2, pretty much everything was built then at some point, and you really had to fight for the buildings and for the space. You just don't have to do that at the moment, which is a pity. Bishop's Head is filling up already here. But they're now producing, and we're, yeah, selling the wheat beer here now too. The Delaney wheat beer, our speciality. People love it.
Someone has turned the citizens against you.
Are we selling? Yes, we are selling. Very good. That's fine. There's another one that we sold.
Hey, what's up?
Offspring-wise, how are we looking?
I am the master.
Yes, we are pregnant. Finally, it was successful. That is fine. And how is our farm looking? Oh yeah, it's emptying. So in that case here, we will soon be able to destroy this farm here too and go for the next one. And while that is happening, Valkin here, let's go for the next title, that is the Squire. Oh, right, totally right. And can we apply for any office there? Informer. The Informer, Gwendolyn, might go for this one here. Yes, she is. Let's apply Gwendolyn for the Informer. Cost us a bit of influence there. And yeah, of course, they will say yes to that. And Valkin, let's invest a bit of money again. We have 52,000. It's actually not that much, especially when it comes to investing it then into something here, because all those things are really expensive. A trade mission contract, conduct a trade mission establishing a trading partnership with a foreign market. I'm not doing that with Valkin. I'm waiting until my daughters are of age, and then we can send them on these missions and stuff like that. But right now, let's have another oil the wheels of bureaucracy. 20,000, we can afford it. And let's do that here as well.
Someone has turned the citizens against you.
Right, so in the city hall there, right away. We can afford it. Of course, it does cost us a bit there. Now, Bishop's Head is still working. That's fine. So my goal is definitely then to be only in the city. You know, we have our city house here. There it is already. The soft slipper, our house for now. And can we upgrade that or something like that? Fire protection, since it's going to be our major home then. Storage capacity, disease, customer satisfaction, disease protection, so if there is a plague or something like that. And there it is, fitting in here nicely. A beautiful building. I really like the building style there. And we just need to move over there now. So Valkin is already on his way to the town center.
Under attack.
Oh, I'm under attack. Valkin is under attack. And yeah, we actually defeated the aggressor. But what I've just seen is that this could turn out badly in that case here. We need more protection. Let's go for the market there. And I did not get my money back. 20,000. Are you kidding me? Because I was under attack. I did not get back my money. Nor did I get the influence. Oh god. Another smaller bark that is, well, a bit aggravating. But we need protection. Let's have a look there. Longsword, plate mail. That might be something. Clothing. Let's have a look there. There's not actually nothing for the clothing, but for weapons and armor there is enough. And in that case, chainmail, plate mail.
Your reputation has turned
Let's go with the plate
citizens
mail.
against you.
One of it. Not enough space. What? One. That's fine. And we can choose it then. Yeah, and this one. Actually, let's keep this one here still. And we have a dagger. Let's go with a longsword instead. So this has 5 attack power, where I think the dagger has much less than that. Leather gloves. Oh yeah, we can also go for gloves then as well. So having this one here +1 armor, 1 +1 defense. I know there are some gloves though that would increase my charisma and stuff like that. But let's have the glove there for now. One of it. Let's equip it. And then we would have a talisman of something like that. Longsword I still wanted to go with, right? Let's go instead of the dagger. Let's sell the dagger. And then we have luxury items. There we can have something. Oh, like the gold chain. So in that case, let's have a look around here. Gold chain gives me a reputation bonus. Luxury items, we're still here, right? Is that the only thing? Silver chain plus 4 reputation. Gem, is that... Oh, the gem... Oh, we have more here. The gem is for reputation bonus. Plus 2. Let's purchase 2 rings there. We can afford it. And 1 gold chain. Right, and let's equip the rings there as well. So we have a lot of reputation bonus now. Yep. And how is he looking, Valkin? Come out here. And look at him. He's looking like a soldier now. But he needs it for his own protection at the moment.
Anything wrong?
Right, but we cannot go for another 20,000 mission here. Let's bribe an official. Let's bribe Kirsten. That's really aggravating. We just lost 20,000 there. Okay, that was good here with Kirsten, so we do have the amount of influence now. Squire, we cannot do that right now. We just don't have the money, or not enough money then, that is. And then we cannot probably purchase anything anymore.
Good, will do. Yeah.
And let's get to the new house there. Let's move that as well.
Yeah.
And change place of residence that we have at 200, and now that is our residence. So all of my members should not be should be coming now here to the citizen house, to this new one. So Valken is here already, and I think Gwendolyn, yes, all of them. Look at that, they are now moving over there on their way back, or well, on the way now from a small village to the big city of London. Finally we have made it into the biggest town there. Alrighty, so all of them are now in the citizen house here, and yeah, Gwendolyn is expecting a child, probably the last one. So if that is another daughter, well, then that's it probably. Because I want to use her more often than now in our business there as well. She was quite diligent in her life. We got then 6 children. That is just insane. And what we can do now here, first of all, what I want to do, as we can see, we do have some other options of getting clothes. So on the market, when we go for the market of London here, we can see that there's no clothing available, and it is a bit strange. But when we go for a clothing shop like this one here, we can see that there are actually clothes that are being sold, and that changes over time, you know. So Filbert, we got a son. It's a miracle. Actually, we really got a son. Let's call him something different. Like Filbert is a horrible name. Let's say Jacob, something like that. That's pretty cool. We got a son. I don't believe that. Finally, after all this time. That doesn't mean that I think my daughters are worthless, but having 5 daughters, I mean, come on. We need a son. That's fine. Now we got one. Very nice. So we got the latest edition. That's fine. And in that case here, let's expand. Let's continue expanding our business. Well, first of all, Gwendolyn is going for the next office here. So down here somewhere. I totally forgot. Oh, Informer it was, right? This one here. So there will be the election, and what I can see is that the treasury is now up for application. In that case here, we do need the higher title. We do have the money. We do have the influence. Let's go with the squire. Now we are a squire, so we have access to offices at the highest level. And we have access to the mansion now. Send the court to the monarch. And lots of cool things actually. In this case here, Lord would be then our first entrance to the nobles. Now, before we can do anything there, let's just go now for the application of the treasurer. Right, this one here is quite important. Treasurer, we can apply for this one now. Valken, obviously. This costs us a bit, but it's fine. And with that, we would get 2,000 then every year and 500 influence out of this one here. And the treasurer manages the city treasury and the budget book. And since we're a farmer, well, we do have quite experience with that, at least in my opinion, right? Righto. So that's that. And then we can go for mayor, which would be then the highest level here in London. And then we could go for the sovereign. But this one here, first of all, there's no election to get to the sovereign. That is a problem. The other one is that we need to be at least a lord. So I have no idea how we get there. I've never been a sovereign before. And we'll just see how that works. But right now, treasurer it is. Right, and our daughters, of course, once they're at age, we can then put them into office there as well. And probably at some point the whole Delaney family controls all of London. Isn't that a nice prospect? Now, before we do anything else, we do have another additional business limit. And I want to go with the infirmary, so we start with that as well. We just need a location. And I think this one here is a proper location here because there's lots of people going around. It's in the central area of London. You know, even in that case, your London is divided into 4 sections. But let's just have an infirmary here. Now, we can then have additional ones. Worms and Worries, that is not a good name. Ale or ailment, chance of survival. One more try. Yeah, let's have one more try. Place your building on a level. Right, so this should be working. There it is.
Someone has turned the citizens against you.
Should we have it here, or here, or here?
Someone has turned the citizens against
It's always a difficult decision then once you need to build something. Or we could have it over here as well.
Your reputation has diminished.
Let's have it here then after all. Right, so there we have our latest building, our latest addition. And I think now that we are a squire, can we not have another one? Yes, we can actually have another one entirely. So I'm inclined to go with a new tavern that we might then have somewhere over here. So there is a public house, but since the demand is that high, we might as well just do it. And yeah, this one here is now over. So that farm has done its job. We have no more barley or wheat left over, so let's destroy this one here too. And with that, we have, I think, left Brixton except for our public house here, which is still producing some weak beer here. So that was our first tavern, and since we are now an innkeeper chef, in that case here, let's keep our first public house in Brixton. So that's our roots, but we are now completely situated in London, and the infirmary will be an interesting one. Tavern number 1. And I want to have another tavern. We have then 2, 3 taverns in London, right? So I think this is a nice spot here because there are lots of people. And there would still be then this area here too. There we already have one. Oh, and that sounds like an election has ended. And something happened here. Book of Dynasties. Why was this lighting up now? Did we lose someone? Book of Dynasties. I think a dynasty has gone. 4, 8, 10. Yes, we started with 12, right? So I think another dynasty has gone extinct. Something like that. The Laughing Scoundrel. Let's have this one here. That's our latest one. And let's have it then here, close to that garrison there. Or up here. It's always so difficult to decide where we should build it. I think this is better here since there's the entrance as well. Makes more sense. Let's have our tavern here. So we have one then here, close to the market as well. That is fine. How is it looking with the production here? Yeah, it's actually not that capped, you know. So blackberries, perhaps we have a bit too much of that. But the rest is looking rather good so that we can produce. The other one is then of course here. So here we already have now, as we can see, piled up quite a lot of it. And from now on we should be making a lot of money out of this tavern there. And this one is being built now. Alright, so that was a pretty successful one. We have now the treasure here available then as well. And down here, Gwendolyn is now our informer. So she can then of course go for higher levels there as well. So from now on she's going to focus a bit more on politics and of course our company that is starting a franchise company. No, it's not a franchise company, it's a chain that we have here now with all these taverns there. Becoming the biggest tavern empire ever. And of course London is the perfect place for that. Stay tuned.